want to talk briefly about WrestleMania 33 because I am in the majority of internet hardcore wrestling fans that believe that WrestleMania is the biggest wrestling night of the year, and therefore it should feature the best wrestling talent that WWE has had throughout the year. So naturally people get very pissed off when part-timers who aren't nearly good enough in the ring anymore come back and get these prime spots with all of the full-time talent sort of getting relegated. But even if that always happens, it's always interesting to see how that manifests itself. And this year it's in ways that no one could have imagined a year ago. Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar is for essentially the world heavyweight title. There is no way anyone could have seen that coming. Bray Wyatt is the WWE champion and is in the main event against his former teammate Randy Orton. So obviously people are more pissed off about Goldberg and Brock Lesnar holding down a main event spot for a world title that it didn't need as a match. I was not at all excited for Goldberg, Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series, and they ended up making something good out of it just by adding some trickery and adding some, it was smoke and mirrors. So now that we're kind of expecting trickery again because Goldberg can't wrestle an actual match, I'm not actually as bothered by it being in a featured spot. And ideally it'll mean Brock Lesnar becoming world champion again. And even though he's part-time, he has had an incredible run before as a part-time champion. We didn't think it would work, but it really did. So that's one thing that most of the hardcore fans are pissed off about that I'm not as pissed off about. Another one is Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. This has really taken people the wrong way. Everyone's saying if it's a Roman heel turn, it'll be amazing. But if it's The Undertaker losing to Roman and passing the torch, it's going to be dog shit. And I agree with that, but I can see them wrestling a face versus face match and Roman losing. Maybe that's where I'm going wrong. I'm thinking that Roman might actually lose. But again, I'm not as freaked out about this as other people seem to be. But for those two things that I'm kind of in a better mind space about, there are others that I am right in line with the hatred that is going towards the WWE. And it is almost solely down to AJ Styles' role. I did not watch The Undertaker versus Shane McMahon last year, simply because I watched Shane throw some strikes in the corner and I just realized at that instant, I can't watch this match. With wrestling, I have to suspend my disbelief, and it's just things like that that make me realize, this is fake. And it just gets you out of the zone and it just ruins the whole experience. So for AJ Styles, who has been maybe the best thing in the WWE the past year, for him to be in that spot is just so distressing. By rights, he should be in the main event defending the title or challenging for the title. But instead, he's going to have to be propping up a guy who's not a wrestler. And it doesn't make sense. It's almost like he would be better off being in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, because at least that is trying to be wrestling. It's also a clusterfuck, but what he will have to do with Shane will be a very concentrated fuck. It's not going to be good. I can't foresee any way that I'm not just going to be like, why the hell was why did he have to do that? So that's definitely the most distressing thing about what's coming up. I was holding out for far too long that AJ Styles would be involved with Randy Orton or Bray Wyatt. Just to go back to the matches that other people are really upset about that I'm not that upset about. John Cena and Nikki Bella against The Miz and Maurice. I think it's cool. I didn't quite understand the immediate hatred and shitting on that match before John Cena and The Miz had even spoken to each other. People hated that idea, and I don't really understand why. And now I'm moving back to the things that everyone, including me, is pissed off about. The tag teams. WrestleMania has never been about tag team wrestling since the days of the Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. And we are far removed from that. Cesaro is probably my favorite wrestler in WWE. And he's just having a nightmare. Obviously, he seems like he's enjoying being with Sheamus, but when it's the two of them, the Club, and Enzo and Cass, it just doesn't work. If somehow, God, oh my god. If somehow they turned around and were like, it's a triple threat TLC match, oh my god, I would lose my goddamn mind. And I understand why they don't do it, because they don't want to take focus off of the big money feuds that they've been building. But this is where the problem really lies with wrestling fans year round. Because we all understand that Vince McMahon, this is his day. It's his day to make professional wrestling and his baby, the WWE, mainstream. And we who watch the product year round, what we want gets completely cast aside. But whether we've been tricked into thinking it or not, I think there's always been a feeling that there's always something on the card for us to look forward to. Now for me, it was revealed on Monday what I'm actually really looking forward to, more than anything. And it is Neville against Austin Aries. That's it. I need that match and nothing else. If that's on the pre-show, I'll be happy the rest of the show. That's the real thing I want to see. I just want to see that happen. And people will be pissed off if that is just pre-show fodder, and I guess I will be as well a little bit, but it could also steal the show if it was given any sort of chance to do so. But aside from that, there really hasn't been anything that the company is just giving the full-time fans something to look forward to with this show. I mean, Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens, I suppose it's been building, but who knows if it'll actually be a great match. Seth Rollins versus Triple H probably would have been good, but Seth's injured. I don't know. I was very excited about both Finn Balor and Samoa Joe's potential role in the show, but if that gets relegated to the Battle Royal, I'll be really upset. So that's just my kind of feeling about the whole show. I'm completely numb to the fact that this show is not for me. Maybe it helped that we had Wrestle Kingdom 11, because that was for wrestling fans. Whereas WrestleMania is a mainstream entertainment event that we'll all enjoy, but we won't enjoy as wrestling fans as much as we will as just entertainment fans.